Welcome to IELTS-Blog.com podcast. Join us to learn what questions the examiner may ask you in the speaking test and how to answer them. We are covering all the latest topics and questions from real exams. If you want to get a high score in the test, don't miss an episode. Hello. My name is Alison, and in the first part of the test I will be asking questions about yourself. Where do you live?
I was born and raised in Sheffield, in the north of England, but now I live in the beautiful city of San Francisco, California. This city is like no other, with its iconic Golden Gate Bridge, diverse culture, and mouth-watering cuisine.
What do you like about the area where you live?
One of the many things I like about San Francisco is its rich history and culture. It's a melting pot of different cultures that come together to create something unique. The food is amazing. San Francisco is known for its seafood, sourdough bread, and burritos. Another thing I love is the weather. It's never too hot or too cold, and the fog hovering over the city gives it a mystical feel.
Do you usually wake up early in the morning, or late, and why?
Well, I am an early bird, and mornings are the most productive time of the day for me. It's when I feel energized and ready to tackle the day's challenges. It gives me time to catch up on my work, do some exercise, and plan my day ahead. On the flip side, waking up late makes me feel drowsy and sluggish, like I'm just wasting my day away.
Now I would like to talk about house chores. Do you like to do house chores?
Weirdly enough, I don't mind housework, because it actually brings me a sense of satisfaction and accomplishment when everything is clean and organized. I like keeping my living space fresh and healthy.
What house chore do you dislike the most, and why?
Well, the chore that I dislike the most is probably washing the dishes. It's a tedious job that requires a lot of effort and time. Sometimes after a long day, it's the last thing I want to do.
Did you do housework when you were a child?
Absolutely. I grew up in a family where everyone had to contribute to the household chores. We were taught to take care of our belongings, clean up after ourselves, and help each other out. It was an essential part of our days growing up, and we learned it early on.
What chores did you do as a child?
In my family, all the kids had their share of household chores to complete. I was responsible for keeping my room tidy, making my bed, and doing my own laundry. I also had to do the dishes, sweep and mop the floors, dust the house, and help clean the bathroom. It was a lot of work, but it taught me to be organized and disciplined.
Now, in the second part of the test, I am going to give you a topic, and I will ask you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Here is your topic. Talk about a popular sports venue, such as a stadium, that you like. You should say why it is popular, what sports are played there, whether or not you visited it, and explain why you like this sports venue. You can start talking now.
There is one popular sports venue that I admire, and it's the Wembley Stadium in London. The Wembley Stadium is known for hosting some of the most iconic and exciting sporting events around the world. From football to rugby, athletics to boxing, this stadium has long been the epicenter of some historical sports moments. The stadium first opened in 2007, replacing the old Wembley Stadium, which was demolished in 2002. It's now the largest stadium in the UK and the second largest in Europe. The Wembley Stadium is primarily known for football, with the England national team playing their home games there. It has hosted many significant football competitions, including the FA Cup final and the UEFA Champions League final. Not only does it host the best football teams from around the world, but it also hosts musical concerts, contributing to its status as an iconic venue. The atmosphere, the energy, and electricity of the crowd on match days are unparalleled, making it an experience of a lifetime. It doesn't just provide the best possible experience for sports lovers, but it is a source of national pride, celebrated by people from all walks of life. The Wembley Stadium is a fantastic place to watch your favorite team win, and without any doubt deserves its place as one of the most beloved sports venues globally.
Thank you, that was very interesting. We've been talking about sports, and now, in the third part of the test, I would like to ask you a few more questions related to this. In your opinion, is it a good idea for children to do sports? Why or why not?
As a firm believer in living an active and healthy lifestyle, I believe that children should absolutely participate in sports. This not only improves their physical health, but also their mental and social skills, as well as overall well-being. Being active stimulates the release of endorphins in our body, and playing sports promotes teamwork, communication, leadership, and problem-solving skills, which are vital for personal growth and development.
Do you think physical education should be mandatory in school, and why?
Yes, I think it should. The majority of students spend a significant amount of their day sitting in a classroom, so it is imperative that they get regular opportunities to move their bodies and engage in physical activities. Physical education in schools not only helps students develop healthy habits, but it also improves their academic performance, because it promotes cognitive function and memory retention.
Should governments fund athletes who want to compete abroad? What do you think?
I do believe that sportsmen and women who represent our country on an international level deserve recognition and support, but the government should also prioritize the more pressing issues, such as healthcare, education, and infrastructure.
How important is it for a country to have athletes to represent it on the world stage?
In my opinion, it is crucial for a country to have athletes representing them in international competitions. When we see our country's flag being raised at the Olympics or other major sporting events, it gives us a deep sense of national pride and unity. It also provides a platform to showcase our culture and talent on a global level, which can result in increased international trade and tourism.
Would you say it's a good idea for a country to hold a major sports event, such as the World Cup?
Yes, I think it is. Apart from the financial benefits, it also sends a message to citizens about the importance of physical activity. Sports have far-reaching benefits that extend beyond physical health. It plays a significant role in our social, mental, and overall well-being.
What are the advantages of holding an international sports event for the host country?
I'd say that hosting a major sports event such as the World Cup has many advantages for the host country. It significantly boosts the economy by creating job opportunities, increasing tourism, and promoting domestic spending. It also provides an opportunity to display the country's culture, its history and hospitality to the world, improving its global reputation in that way.
And what would you say are the disadvantages?
Well, the ones I can think of are the outsourcing of labor, increased traffic and congestion, and environmental degradation. Another thing to consider is the financial burden of building necessary infrastructure and ensuring security that also falls on the shoulders of the host country, often resulting in a net loss.
That's all for today, but more episodes are coming. Subscribe to IELTS-Blog.com podcast and stay on top of the latest trends in the IELTS test.